All right, it's Ken again, Ken Rosefer, and we're going to look at interpreting relative frequency histograms. This is a pretty easy topic in ALEKS. Um, you'll get a histogram. There'll be an explanation of that histogram, and they'll ask you based on the histogram to answer a question. And you can see in this one, the question is, based on the histogram, find the proportional of adjustable fixed ratios in the sample that are greater than or equal to 0.60. Greater than or equal to 0.60. Write your answer as a decimal and do not round it. And that's the key. Write your answer as a decimal. Don't write it as a percent, and be sure to include those that are greater than or equal to 0.60. So here's the 0.60 boundary. Okay, and you can see that um, you have a 4 here and you have a 3 here. Now the 4 and the 3, we add those together because those represent individuals in the sample, and that's 7 out of how many? Now to find out how many, we can add up all the numbers, or we can reference the top. We had 25 participants, so it's 7 out of 25. 7 out of 25, if you divide that on a calculator, you'll get 0.28, because 7 divided by 25, if to change a 25 into 100, you multiply by 4, so multiply the top by 4 also, or use a calculator. But either way, the answer is 0.28. So what you do is simply type in 0.28 and you hit next and you've answered the question. Let's look at another one. Very good. I seem to have mastered it. I hope so. Okay, let me do more practice with you guys. Like I said, they're not difficult. You just got to be careful in what do these numbers mean. Now, in the previous problem, those numbers were the actual individuals. In this problem, it looks to me like these numbers represent the percentage of individuals. So the percentage of the sample. Here we have 12, here we have 36, here we have 32, here we have 8, here we have 12. 12% of 25 is 3. How do I know that? Well, because I know that 1 out of 25 is 0.04, so this is 3 out of 25. So that's 3 people. Another way of figuring that out is 12% of 25 implies 12. 0.12, 12% of, we multiply. Of always implies multiplication. So what I would do is, let me get a new sheet here. It is quite simple. If I have a 12% and it's of 25, I go 0.12 times 25. And you know, if you have 12 quarters, that's what? $3. Okay, and there you go. So what I need to do here is kind of similar. I need to, based on the information and the fact that there's 25 participants or post offices that were visited, or post office visits, I need to answer this question. Find the proportion of wait times. So not the number of individuals, but the proportion of wait times in the sample that are less than 12 minutes. Here's 12 minutes. Less than is that. Proportion is going to be written as a percent or as a decimal, and I just add these two up. 0.36, 0.12 is 0.48, so I type in 0.48. That's exactly 12 people. You know, it's a little less than half, but they didn't ask that. They asked what proportion. So I put 0.12, and we see that it says, very good, you seem to have mastered this question. If I want more practice, I could go to the review tab, but I think you get it, and I certainly do, so we're going to move on. I hope that's helpful. Bye-bye.